Good afternoon, good morning. This is Mark Johnson from Loyalty360. Hope everyone's happy, safe, and well. Want to welcome you back to our Meet the Speaker series. In this, we are talking to the Loyalty Expo finalists for the 2021 Loyalty360 Awards. We're hearing from the leading brands that will be part of the Expo, but more importantly, in this session, we're hearing from some of the finalists in the Customer Loyalty Awards from 2021. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Jimmy Budnik. He's the Vice President of CRM for Overstock. They are an award finalist for the Employee Engagement and Impact and the Technology and Trends category. Congratulations, Jimmy, on another great and successful award campaign.
Thanks a lot, Mark. It's always exciting, always a little nerve-wracking, but glad to be in the finalists for two of them.
Absolutely great, and they are always very detailed, and then you continue to do well in the employee engagement arena, which is great to see. For those who may not be familiar with Overstock, can you give us a brief overview of Overstock and your role with Overstock?
Yeah, of course. So Overstock is a Salt Lake City-based technology e-commerce company. We are a pure play retailer, and we're focused on the home goods arena of retail. We've been around since 1999. Last year, we came in at about $2.5 billion of revenue. Seen tremendous growth in the recent years. So it's a great and thriving company. For me specifically, I'm the Vice President of CRM. And at Overstock, that's a role that really bridges a gap between understanding customer data behavior and the experiences we want to create. Definitely spend a significant portion of my time working closely with our product management org, with my boss, the Chief Customer Officer, and our Club O program, which is our loyalty program, and aligning how do our customers engage with our site, what is the data saying, and where do we really want to take Club O in the future to drive retention and loyalty with our brand is a big effort, especially this year. We saw a lot of new customer growth over the past years. People transitioned to shopping online quite a bit. So really 2021 going into 2022 is a huge year and years for us to focus on retention and building those lifelong relationships with those customers we brought on just in the past year.
Excellent. Can you tell us a little bit about your two award submissions, one for the Employee Engagement Impact and the other Technology and Trends categories, and what you plan to share with the conference attendees?
Yeah, I'll start with employee engagement. This is one that I've had the honor of presenting on in the past. But for Overstock, our employees live at a different distance from the customer. Many of the other people who will be up for this award, they have a frontline staff who is in their stores, in their hotels, interacting with customers on a daily basis and really owning that experience. And then the rest of the company is supporting them. When we work digitally, we put our entire company at the forefront of being that customer engagement. Our technologists are writing code and they know that the next step is the customer see it. Our customer care agents are answering the phone and they know that they'll be speaking directly to the customer. And we look through our organization and see that most of the individuals who work for us, their activity can be seen just one click, one moment, one impression away from how the customer is going to respond to us and our overall brand. And this is something that we really emphatically push out to the team, that everyone across the company needs to value how their role is the interaction with the customer, because the majority of the interactions are going to be purely digital, whether that be through marketing or through the website or our mobile app, which has been growing tremendously too over the past couple of years. And it's great because it really does bring people who have dedicated their lives to technology and data science and asks of them to have that behavioral customer view of the world, which I think for them makes their job a little bit more exciting and interesting. So that's on the forefront of kind of what we're doing with employee engagement. We do offer our Club O loyalty program with double rewards to employees because we do want them to shop. Being primarily home goods is an area where our product is relevant to basically all of our employees. Everyone who works for us could probably find something on Overstock that they'd love to be a part of their dream home. So definitely it's a brand that they can engage with quite frequently. If I move over to the technology and trends, as I said from the front, we are a technology company. It's in our company. I have a little book here that says we are Overstock. It's how we define ourselves. We are here to solve problems with technology. We've been around since 1995. To put that in perspective, Amazon and eBay were only a couple of years earlier, and at that point, Amazon was a bookstore. So we are one of the founders of this whole e-commerce revolution. We existed before the dot-com bubble and the dot-com bubble burst. We survived now well after it. So we've been through the transformation of this technology and seen it grow tremendously. And to not just survive, but to thrive in an industry that's growing at that rate, you need to adapt faster than your competition. So that kind of is inside the pulse and the beating heart of Overstock, is the idea that just because things work doesn't mean you're done. It means you now have the freedom to go figure out what to work on next. So in the technology and trends, we'll really discuss what we're doing with our technologists to innovate our Club O program, to bring it either to our existing customers with more power, more personalization, to make it more appealing to them, but also expanding the reach so that more people would appreciate Club O and value it. One of the things that happened, I believe, after our submission, but is live right now, is we're offering free Club O to anyone with a purchase over $500 to see if that cohort and segment of customers will value Club O. It comes with a $25 perk from their last order. So we're trying new things. And to be frank, that's a test. We're going to test that and learn and see if it should be a permanent fixture or if we should adapt it to higher or lower price points. So we run a very iterative, agile type workplace where we come up with ideas and hypotheses and we test them on our customers, and we let our customers' behavior vote on where our program should be and what they value in our program. So it'll be really cool to share a lot of that insights about how we use technology to innovate, but also how that technology is backed by customer behavior and customer data, which I get the honor of, from the CRM standpoint, of really supporting a lot of the work they're doing.
Well, it's interesting too. There's a big trend right now that we see of brands moving more and more of their technology in-house, potentially. They're building out centers of excellence, which you guys have had for a number of years, because there's challenges as the MarTech stack evolves. How do you get them to work? How do you get the data in the right places? How do you do you need digital asset management tools? How do you keep abreast of the different technologies that work for you? I mean, you build a lot of these in-house. How do you keep on the cutting edge like you are?
That's a great question. And I've been at Overstock for 13 years, so I've seen the transformation of our ability to do this. One of the ways we do this is we have a product management organization under a chief product officer. And these individuals are real captains and stewards of the products that they own. They need to be able to speak both technology, analytics, science, and business, finances, and customer. And they really build that bridge. So they're there to be evaluating who are the right vendors, who are the technologies, what's happening on the horizon, looking at the competition. And as they see those opportunities, they come back and they communicate that, whether that be to an executive in my shoes or to a dev lead about where the code should be going. And that department really spearheads it. So we put the primary ownership of our Club O loyalty program on our product manager over Club O. And he's just doing an excellent job of staying abreast of the competition, both in like retail and who else is out there, but also on the technology of how we're solving problems. We then look, when we find interesting technology solutions, we ask a couple key questions. Is this going to improve our business? If it's not, then obviously it's not where we want to go. If it's going to improve our business, is it the right long-term investment, or is it a one-time improvement? Because we know that what we need to do in the upcoming months, upcoming year, is the next round of iteration. But we know that the year beyond that, the year beyond that, and the year beyond that, we will need to keep iterating more and more beyond that. So not only do we need partners who are going to take us to the next level, but that their strategy, their success, and their history has shown a continuous level of iteration and improvement that we can kind of ride on the coattails of all their amazing development and innovate with them along the way, because it's not a place where just getting one incremental win will work in the long term in e-commerce.
Okay, great. When you look at a few key takeaways that attendees can expect to learn from your final submissions, when you look at the employee engagement impact, what are a few key takeaways that the attendees will learn from your submission?
the main point I really want people to take away is that your employees, your entire company, and I mean from the C-suite down to the part-time hourly associates, all need to understand your business as well as possible. And it's a nice mix. It means that, those entry-level positions need to understand, are you running a viable, successful business that's thriving and growing at the highest levels? Are you taking market share? Are you becoming more? Are you innovating? And then at the top, you need to make sure that those people know how to shop your store, that they've been on the site, and even from my days when I was in customer care, that when they apologize for calling into customer care because they have a problem, like, no, I want you to call in. I want you to talk to the agents. I want you to go through the experience and be the average Overstock customer. So the more that everyone understands your business and your shopping experience for us, the better they'll be able to achieve their individual role. The better they'll be able to do the thing that they do because they understand how it fits into the entire machine. So that by far is the thing I'd ask the most of that.
Okay. And then when you look at the technology and trends category, what are a few key takeaways that you expect the attendees can gain from that submission, that discussion?
Yeah, so in that world, I think one thing we all have to be aware of is the transformation of digital, the movement to mobile as the center of people's lives. It is now well past center. It is the dominance of their life. We watch the tipping point from desktop to mobile. It is the existence of your digital world. Social media is the existence of where your digital world is going. So really appreciating that that's where the customer exists, and then taking all of your data about those customers as they live a digital world and trying to build a story out of it, trying to understand why she does what she does, and come up with innovations and improvements beyond just looking at what your competition's doing and trying to catch up. The one who can really listen to their customers in a digital way will have the most transformational technology. They'll be able to take those trends and elevate them to the next level. But just acknowledging that there has been a significant amount of change in the past decade, and it will continue to accelerate at the level of change in the years to come. It has to be the assumption of the ecosystem you're working in as your starting point.
Jimmy, as always, it's a pleasure speaking with you. It's great catching up on what you're doing in regard to customer experience, customer loyalty, customer relationship management. As always, you continue to do a great job in evolving the customer loyalty program, and looking forward to presentations on employee engagement and technology and trends at the upcoming expo. So thank you very much for taking the time to give us a brief preview.
Great, Mark. I appreciate it. Thanks again.